Hello everyone, it's Jamarl Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So, as you know, North Korea, well, I'm assuming you know, North Korea set off another nuclear bomb test. Of course, this freaked everyone out, and everyone immediately starts screaming, what is America gonna do? What is America gonna do? What is the world's policeman gonna do? Media annoys the shit out of me. I have to be honest. And you've heard me say that before, so this is not anything common, but my issue with media is context. It's always missing, or at the very least is often missing. They're acting as if Kim Jong-un is some maniac, that he's just releasing nuclear missile bombs just to release nuclear missile bombs. He's just crazy. He's terrorizing the world. He's terrorizing the region. There's no reason for him to do this. But is it true? Is it true? Assume for the moment that the dictator is functioning in the way that human beings function when they're put under stress and they feel that they're being threatened. South Korea and the United States runs joint military exercises each year. Those joint exercises are called Foil Eagle. United States, South Korea launched annual Foil Eagle exercise. This is from the United States Department of Defense. About 3,600 U.S. service members were deployed to join 28,000 U.S. troops already based in South Korea for annual exercise, which will run through April 30th, Davis said. He described the exercises as a series of joint and combined ground, air, naval special operations field exercises, adding that it is designed in the spirit of the U.S.-South Korean Mutual Defense Treaty of 1953, a 40-year tradition. They've been doing this test every year. They've essentially are doing a large-scale simulated assault on North Korea. Now, you're the North Korean government. Whatever you want to think of the regime, you're the North Korean government. In the last war, the United States killed a fifth of your population. In addition to killing a fifth of your population, that war never ended. It never ended. The United States troops are still at the border right now as we speak, and that country is still technically at war with South Korea. If there were large-scale military exercises on your border, how would you respond? How would you respond? North Korea has seen the United States topple one country after the next. Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya. They're helping dismantle Yemen. Even undermining Syria. I mean, paying terrorists to undermine the Syrian government. Now, what is the perspective outside of the United States from a country like North Korea? I would imagine it is terrifying. You have a belligerent country that is perfectly okay with toppling one country after the next, and the rest of the world stands by and doesn't say squat about it. Now, in this capacity, they have one weapon. If you attack us, we're going to attack South Korea, and we're going to attack Japan. That's what we're going to do. That's our only weapon. That's the only thing we have in our equipment. That's our only arrow. Just to show that they're not crazy. This was the New York Times. Under certain circumstances, we are willing to talk in terms of freezing nuclear testing or missile testing, Mr. K said, speaking in English. For instance, if the American side completely stops big, large-scale military exercises temporarily or permanently, then we will also temporarily stop. Let's talk about how to solve the Korean issue peacefully. Now, this was an interview with the North Korean ambassador to India. They're not crazy. They're not nuts. You're threatening them. You're doing things to antagonize them. You are running large-scale military operations on their border, and the world doesn't say squat. They release a nuclear bomb, and yes, I admit a nuclear bomb test is terrorizing. But let's not act like they're not doing it for reasons. Like, you're pretending as if all of this stuff is just random and willy-nilly, and for no reason at all, he just sets off a nuclear bomb blast. You have troops on their border. You're antagonizing that country. And this doesn't even say remove the troops. It just says end large-scale military exercises. They were like, screw that. They were like, screw that. This came out in June 21st, 2017 of the New York Times. I'm going to put this at the bottom. Be honest. You can be to the left, you can be to the right. Just be honest. Give context to the thing that you're talking about. And understand the issue. One of the issues that Bannon talked about, Trump's guy that just got fired, was this idea of putting North Korea on the table as a bargaining chip with China. This kind of geopolitical chess game of sorts. Look, in the very specific case, though, we're antagonizing this behavior. It's not one-sided. Yes, it's a weird little country, fair enough. But it's not necessarily acting abnormally. It's acting as you would expect somebody to act when they're being threatened. So I'll leave it at that. And look, just to put a fine point on it, there is no military solution in North Korea. You are gonna have to talk to North Korea at some point. If you attack North Korea, you are not gonna get all their weapons. They're going to immediately attack South Korea, and they're going to immediately attack Japan. If they're setting off a nuclear bomb blast, I suspect part and parcel to this is to try to get across that we can land this somewhere. If you attack us, you're going with us. There is no military solution to North Korea. That doesn't mean Trump won't attack North Korea. So just understand what I mean when I say that. But for that matter, there was no military solution to Iraq. There was no military solution to Afghanistan. In fact, there was no issue with Iraq at all at that point. We just attacked them. You can make a case that Trump is antagonizing them intentionally with this idea of giving a war of sorts. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just ego and bluster. I don't know. What I do know is, if he attacks North Korea, it would be a clusterfuck. And you would have a lot of people murdered. And I use the term murdered because we full well understand what our actions are doing. If you attack a country with military equipment, guess what? You're going to kill people. That's murder. That's intent. Your intention was to kill people. That's why I use the term murder. I don't like the term kill. Call it what it is. Call it what it is. Alright, I'll end it at that. Alright guys, if you enjoy the content, feel free to share, write, subscribe, and you can always support the work through Patreon. I'm putting both articles at the bottom. The test to look up is called Foil Eagle, and the other thing is in the New York Times. This is a big fucking deal, man. This is not a reality show. This is actually people's lives. The guy who's firing has-been celebrities is now at the helm of $1 trillion a year military. And he's about to attack another country. Leave it at that.